If you like the lessons on this channel and would like to support the channel, please consider a donation or heading over to the download store. See the links in the description. Thanks for watching. Hello everybody, it's Corey from Gemini Guitar. What we're going to be focusing on in this lesson is looking at changing bass notes to infer the progression. So in essence what this means is that we can keep the open strings that we use and just change the bass notes around it instead of changing the complete chord. So the basic progression you'd be looking at here is like E minor to C. But the added advantage we have with using just the bass notes is we can actually add in like little bits in between as a sort of, a bass line basically. And I find it's a really cool sound to get. So let's have a look at the first bar. What we're doing here is we're going to pick through it mostly alternate. What I like to do is I do 2 downs to begin with and then alternate. So just check it out with the picking hand. So for the first half of the bar, it's down, down, and then repeat. In the second bar then, we're going to start off with that shape. It's an easy shape. It's really not even a shape, it's just a note with open strings, but whatever. So, okay, so in the second bar then, we're going to keep going with that idea a bit. Then we're going to introduce the different bass notes. So we're going to first do a G note, and then the third and second string open. F sharp, and then the D note with 1 on the open B string. So we get... So this bar will sound like this. And from that point then we're going to infer that C change that I talked about. But we're just using the root note C with the G, B and E strings. And so this is bar 3. Keep going with that in the 4th bar. And then we're going to do some bass note changes, starting with the C one, or the C note, D, F sharp. So these 2 bars will sound like this. And one thing that you should note is that when I'm doing these, the second half of the bars 2 and 4, I'm using a down, down, up approach with the picking for the first 2 groups of 3. And then a down, up for the last 2 notes. So we get... That's bar 4, and then in the second bar it was... And that's just the way that it feels most comfortable with me, so that's the way I tend to pick it. Okay, so in bar 5, identical to bar 1, so we can skip over that and move into bar 6. And it's almost the same as the second bar actually, but we're just using different bass notes at the end. So let's move straight to that. So we've got 12, 10, and then 9. In the transcription, it's not indicated to pick the B string after that, but I think that's what I did in the performance. So let's have a listen to bars 5 and 6. Playing into a little bit of bar 7 there. Actually, I may not have done that B after the F sharp. Doesn't really matter. Either way, it still sounds cool. Okay, so finishing up then, we're going to do exactly what we did in the third bar for the C part. And I think it's almost the same in bar 8 as the fourth bar. Just with 2 bass notes at the end without the open B string. So bar 8 will sound like this. Kind of fluff that there, so I'll do it again. And also note that after I've done those two, it's the E root note, fret 7. So that wraps things up for today's lesson. Don't forget to check out the transcription over at the website. And if you want to support the channel, you know what to do. Links in description. And until the next lesson, bye for now.